It's braid season somewhere, and right now, as you can see, I got braids in, and I can't tell you how many times I've had the conversation with someone about, do you wash your hair with braids? Do you not wash your hair? Does dirt make your hair grow? Listen, whatever you choose to do with your hair, that is perfectly fine.
Come on, tell them.
But for me, I personally like to wash my braids. These are 2-week-old braids that I have in my hair. These are box braids with like some curls at the end. And so what I wanted to do is just do a short video, show you guys what I do to my hair that's on my head. And also let you guys know the reasoning behind why I do what I do. So let's wash my hair. I just got through working out. Y'all excuse my husband in the back, but whenever I work out, I do sweat, baby. And I mean, I sweat. So if you see me smelling my pits, y'all just trust me. I'm gonna take a shower, but it's gonna be after I wash my hair. So this video will definitely be helpful to anybody that has an active lifestyle, or if you're somebody that like to be outside.
My name is Van. I am trying to play. Playing outside every day.
Yeah.
Playing outside every day. Playing outside every day.
Yeah.
Now, I did tell y'all at the beginning of the video, I will explain step by step the reasoning behind why I do what I do. So as you can see, I do not have any flaking going on in my scalp, no snowfall. Shout out to Franklin Saint. If you know, you know. But the reasoning behind that is I do try to take good care of my hair. When my hair is not in braids, I do tend to wash it every 8 or 9 days, but with braids, I do try to stretch that about 14 days before I wash it. Now, this may not work for you depending on what your scalp situation is looking like. If you have eczema or severe dandruff or something like that, you may want to wash your hair sooner, but this is just what works for me. Now, speaking of my scalp, y'all, I recently started getting into scalp scrubs earlier this year, and this is a game changer in my personal opinion. Now, you are supposed to put this on wet hair, but since I am trying to be a little bit more conservative with water, I'm going to just apply it to my scalp as is. My hair is a little damp since I was sweating in the gym, but just keep in mind you want to have your hair wet when you use this. Again, just because I'm a content creator, I'm trying to, be a little bit more conservative with my water and, not be so wasteful since, filming does take up more time. Now, the reasoning behind using a scalp scrub, this thing is going to scrub your scalp, get rid of the dirt, excess oils, gel, all of that grease, all of that stuff. It's going to remove that from your scalp, and all of that buildup over time, that's just going to be blocking your pores. And we want our hair to, thrive, flourish, grow, be healthy, and be able to breathe, most importantly. So that's what this scalp scrub is going to do. I'm going to say this one more time for the folks in the back who might have missed it the first time. Your hair does need to be wet when applying this scrub. I'm not doing that for this video just because I don't want to be so wasteful like I have been in the past with water use, but make sure your hair is wet and pay attention to how I'm applying it. I'm applying this to the parted sections in my hair where the braids are. I'm not trying to put this, going down my hair strands, just on the scalp where the parted parts are. And also try to go in the direction of the parts. So I'm going in the direction that my parts are, and even on my baby hairs, where my edges are, because I use a lot of gel on my edges, that is the only part of hair that I do apply this scrub to. The rest of my hair, I don't do it. Then we hop in the shower and we rinse it out. Now, I know you're probably wondering, like, girl, what is that white thing in your hair? Okay, so this is a plastic shower cap. All I did was put my hair into 2 pigtails, and then I put the shower cap on the end. Remember, these are box braids that I have in my hair, but my ends are curly, and I want to kind of keep them somewhat intact. Now, water will still seep inside of the shower cap that I, put on the ends of my hair with a scrunchie. However, it will not nearly be as drenched as it would be had I not put the shower cap on. So this is just, what I like to do. You can do however you like to do it, but this is what I do. And then I just put my head under the shower, as you can see, under the shower head, and the water does dissolve that scrub pretty much immediately. So you're not having to waste a whole lot of water getting this out. Next up is shampoo. Go ahead and just apply that shampoo to your scalp and you will thank yourself. Like if you apply it to your hair strands like fully, especially this early on, you might see, you know, a little bit more frizzing. I focus on the scalp because that's where all of my oil and dirt and everything is being applied to. Now later on, like maybe like, you know, a month into the braids, I might go farther down my hair strands, but right now I'm just focusing on washing my scalp. After I wash my scalp, I rinse it out. Immediately after rinsing it, I'm going to focus on my scalp with the conditioner. Now this conditioner is specifically made for, like, you know, the health of your scalp. Again, I don't have problems with my scalp, but since my scalp is exposed with braids, I do keep this in rotation and I like to use it whenever I'm doing mini braids or twist or, you know, box braids like this. And I apply that to my hair and then I rinse it out. You don't need to do a deep conditioning when you have box braids in. I personally only do deep conditioning when my hair is just in its natural state. I feel like if you do a deep conditioning with your box braids in, you may also loosen your braids, and you know the price of braids right now is not cheap. So we want to have them in our head as long as possible. Okay, now quick intermission while I take a shower. Now I am back from taking my shower. I took a shower after I washed my hair just because I didn't want to have that shampoo and that conditioner just kind of sitting on my body. So that's like a helpful tip if you ever, you know, do your hair. It's easier to shower after you've washed it. Now I'm going in with a leave-in conditioner, and you want to do a light leave-in conditioner. Again, you're trying to preserve your braids as long as possible, and one that's water-based. So this is a light water-based leave-in conditioner. It doesn't leave any residue. It's not sticky or gooey or anything, and it's really, really, really hydrating, even though it's super light. So this is what I like to put on my hair. Now my hair is a little damp, but it's nowhere near as drenched as it could be had I not put that shower cap on. The reason why I didn't want my hair to be drenched is because in the past when I've had braids and I've washed it and that water was just pulling down on my hair and it was loosening my braids. So this is just what I like to do. Again, do whatever is best for you and your hair. But for me, I found it easier to have the shower cap on. That way it's not tugging and pulling and, you know, just adding that extra weight and loosening my braids. Then I go in with some mousse. I apply that to my scalp. And after I applied the mousse to my scalp, then any excess that I have left over on my hands, I will apply that, you know, to bits and pieces of the hair strands themselves, as well as the ends where they are curly. After the mousse, then I'm going in with a light hair oil, and I can tell you this hair oil smells so yummy on my hair, so I highly recommend it. But it's also light and it doesn't weigh your hair down. It's not heavy, so it's gonna really help control that buildup that will come over time with having braids. And you want to apply it after your leave-in conditioner so it can lock in that hydration on your hair, okay? If you put the oil on without the leave-in, you basically are just gonna be sealing in dry hair. So you wanna put the oil on after you've done your leave-in. And that foam, you know, from the mousse can be a little drying since it has alcohol in it. So that's why I put the oil on after that. Then I sit under a hooded dryer for 10 minutes, focusing on my scalp only. After 10 minutes, then I will tuck my hair, the ends of it, I will tuck them under the hooded dryer and go for another 15 minutes. So it's 25 minutes that I sit under the hooded dryer altogether. If you don't have a hooded dryer, that's totally fine. Just get you a regular blow dryer. After the 25 minutes are up, I'm checking my baby hair, and y'all, I don't like going out like this, so I'm gonna go ahead and do these edges real quick. Just give me some gel and my little, you know, edge, you know, brush, whatever you want to call this thing. It's like a comb and a brush all in one. And then I'm gonna do the little swoop-de-doo and do my edges, and bam, there we go. We got some baby hair. Now look at these braids, y'all. They're not frizzy. They are intact. It's hydrated, it's clean, no snowflakes going on. Like these are really good braids to me, like in my personal opinion. You can still see, you know, the box lines. Oh, and also if you were wondering why my hair looks like that, I do use a semi-permanent hair dye. So after like 3 or 4 washes, it does go back to that pretty bleach blonde hair color. So in case you were wondering like, hey, why is, you know, your hair like a different color? That's why. But I will be, you know, dyeing my hair later on very soon. And lastly, the ends of my hair are still curly, and that's what I was really hoping to achieve. And that's it, we're done.
That was easy.
This is how I like to wash my braids that are in my hair. As you can see, my curls are still there at the ends. My hair is completely dry, no water drippage going on either side here. So yeah, I'll just do this in another 2 weeks, and then after that I'll start, you know, deciding on how much longer I can have my braids in. I normally like to keep my braids in for 2 months, so that would be approximately 4 washes, you know, once every 2 weeks. But you know, it's really up to you. You do what's best for you and your hair, just like I will do what's best for me and my hair. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I left a link to all the products that I used, you know, in the description box. Of course, you know, your girl, I'm cheap, so everything is very affordable. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, guys. Peace.